Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Pete, and as you can see I have my Avengers tower, and it's pretty big. It doesn't even fit in the shot where I have my iPad set up, so I just thought today I'm going to place this into Poiydaville. There's still 42 by 32, 48 by 32 base plate right next door to where this will be going for the Natural History Museum, but I imagine that's only going to come to about yay high, so the landing pad for the Quinjet will fit just nicely. But before I do, I'd like to also make a slight comparison against the previous Avengers towers, because not only do I have this one here, which is quite tiny in comparison. As you can see, the very top point here is maybe only 2/3 of the way up, but we have also Avengers Tower number 2, which is smaller again. I guess probably the only real complaint I have with any of the Avengers towers is that they are so narrow, as this one was barely 10 studs wide. What's it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess with the back end of it here as 12 studs wide, as is the other Avengers tower. This one opened up from the back, as did this one. A couple of cool things is they had the Iron Patriots, two variations of them, and some cool minifigures as well, but I'll put them just out of the way for the time being. Number 1 and number 2, everyone's seen all the reviews and the Easter eggs and everything with this. Probably one of the trickiest things I found was attaching the front end here. Just could not get it in place very easily. Got my little Kevin Feige figure there, which is probably a bit hard to see. The rest are just sort of sitting away at the moment. The other thing I wanted to sort of go over was the gift we purchased, the taxi cab. Once it's built, it actually doesn't look quite as horrible as I thought it was going to. There's a bit of luggage in the back there. The only thing I'm not real keen on is probably these front lights there. Comparing against the Daily Bugle taxi cab, it's approximately the same size. It's probably a bit hard to see really low on the bench there. I think I actually prefer this one, though, taking some of the elements from this particular build. I could probably make a really cool sports car out of that, and just because I wanted to add another taxi into the mix, this was the one I think came with the boutique hotel. She's a little bit dusty, just a smidge smaller if I hold them both up, probably by a brick or two. It's a bit hard to see, or it's a bit hard for me to tell there, but anyway. Right, so the minifigs that came with the taxi, obviously we have the taxi driver here and a couple of the Chitauri. I think I've got about a dozen or so more of these somewhere. So a bit of army building on a very small scale compared to some. And there's the Black Panther. So as we scan down the mess that is the west side of Poiydaville, we see where the Avengers Tower sits, right next to the empty plot for the Natural History Museum. And there she sits in all of her glory. Eventually I'll have a nice backdrop and everything, but for the time being, this will do. So that wraps up getting the Avengers Tower into Poiydaville, just over my left shoulder. Still not a lot of space. Don't have a lot of space for the taxi either, but I'll just line them up with these other ones, and I'll probably do a, as I experiment a bit with what I'm going to do with roads, I will do a separate video for that. Yeah, so Avengers Tower is done. Natural History Museum, which is right by my feet, will be next on the list. So I'll get cracking into that. If you made it this far, thanks for watching, and until next time, I am over and out.